The reason we're talking about strong-willed, stubborn, and stupid is because I recently had the opportunity to think in depth about all three of those terms. And what I came up with as far as the terms, strong-willed is when you're determined to do something or accomplish something, and it's going to benefit you. And what the benefit is, who knows? It might just be it gives you confidence just knowing you could overcome it. And hey, that's worth something. Stubborn. Stubborn is just you're determined to do something or accomplish something for no reason at all. You're just determined. And stupid, well, that's when you're determined to overcome something or accomplish something or do something, and it's not going to help you in the least. Matter of fact, it's actually going to hurt you or cost you in some way. But you're still going to do it. Okay, it's not always clear which one of those three we're being at any given time. And for myself, I had to figure out exactly which one I was being here a couple weeks ago. What happened, I came out here to the shop, which I've been making drawers for my shop cabinet here. And those of you that have been following the channel, you're well aware of how slow and painful this process has been, and it has been. And it's not that it takes that long to actually make drawers. It's just I hadn't done any serious woodworking in a couple of years, and my tools have gotten a little rusty, and my skills have gotten a little rusty, and it's just been fixing one thing after another and getting everything back like it should be. Okay, I came out here to the shop a couple of weeks ago now, I guess, and I was going to start on flattening some more boards to make some more drawers. I got 12 drawers to make. So starting on the next boards. And I got to looking at my bench top here, and I realized it was looking pretty rough and it needed flattening. And having a flat bench top to work from is important for woodworking. It improves the quality of the work. All right, so I had a decision to make. Do I stop and flatten my bench top, or do I just go on and push through and get those drawers done? And keep in mind, it's not like I don't have other stuff to be doing right now. And the longer I work on this, the further I'm behind on everything else I'm getting, like yard work and that type of stuff. Well, I thought about it, and I want to do the best quality work I can. Whatever I work on, it might not turn out good, but I don't want it to be because I didn't at least try as hard as I could. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and flatten my bench top. All right, well, I got my joiner plane out, and this big old thing here is made just for such tasks. Well, I hadn't used it in a long time, so naturally my plane iron was dull, so I went to sharpen my plane iron, and I just could not get a sharp edge on this plane iron. And I'd been struggling with all my plane irons lately. I've never had a problem in the past with them, but I just couldn't get an edge on this one. Okay, so I stopped and, all right, what's going on here? All right, I'm gonna figure this out. Well, my old sharpening stones, my diamond stones, they were just pretty much wore out at this point. And they've been a great set. I've had them for a long time now, but they're just wore out. So I decided, okay, I need to go on and order a new set of stones. And so I ordered a new set of sharpening stones. And oh, they cut. The problem is the finest one in the set is supposed to be a 1200 grit, and it cuts about like a 100 grit. That wasn't helping me. Okay, so I started playing with different things. I even pulled out my old oil stone, and it was getting me closer, but I just kept running into issues. And for those of you that do woodworking, when you sharpen your bevel on a plane iron, it's a single bevel. It's flat on this side, and then you've got a bevel here, and you just sharpen this bevel, and when you do it, it leaves a burr on the back side. And to get rid of that burr, you put it on your sharpening stone or strop or whatever, and just pull it back, and it'll just take that burr right off. Well, it wasn't taking the burr off on my irons. I could still feel the burr there, so there's some kind of little bevel at the end where it's not quite flat. All right, well, I knew what was going on, but that didn't mean I knew how to fix it, because it's becoming an issue. All right, so I ordered another sharpening stone. This one's 300 grit on one side, 1,000 on the back side. And that 1,000, it cut decent. It wasn't near as smooth as I'd liked it, or my old stones, but it'll break in and do really good when I'm done. It was enough to where I could at least put the iron on the leather strop when I was done and just go ahead and polish it out, and it cut pretty good. All right, well, I was still struggling with this particular blade. My others were sharpening up pretty good. I decided I need to replace my leather strop. I mean, this about wore out too. Okay, so I pulled the leather off, I had it glued to this board, and cut me out a new piece of leather, and I got to looking at my board that I had it glued to, and this board's warped and twisted all kinds of ways. It's warped, twisted, bowed, and cupped. And then okay, let me go ahead and flatten this. I took my one iron that's now sharpening up pretty decent, flattened it, came back out here 2 days later, it was all messed up again, twisted, warped, all kinds of stuff. Okay, well, that wasn't not helping me at all in getting my iron sharp like it should be, and I'm thinking it's just worse with this particular iron because it's the widest one up all the ones I have. So glued up another board. All right, now keep in mind, all this stuff I'm talking about here that I went through, I didn't have to go through it. I could have just got a sheet of plywood, quality plywood, 3/4 inch plywood, and made my drawers out of that, and I could be finishing up this project right about now. It would have went really quick. Or I could have pulled out a dovetail jig that I had and got a router bit and put it in there, and my boards, without my planes working like I want them to, my boards wouldn't have been quite as flat as they should have, and it wouldn't have looked the greatest, but running them through that jig and them not being what they should be, but it would have worked. And I'd still be finishing up this project right about now. But that wasn't what I wanted. All right, so that was when I really had to stop and think, okay, am I being strong-willed here, stubborn, or just stupid? I was seriously questioning it at this point. So I finally decided I'm just being strong-willed here. And there is a benefit to me going through all of this. Okay, and the benefit is, first of all, I have learned more than you would ever want to know about sharpening irons here lately. And I've been sharpening irons for a long time. I've never had this issue before, ever. But it is an issue, and I am having it, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I've got it figured out now, I think. When this strop here leather dries, I'll know for certain. But okay, well, that's getting good at something right there is figuring out those challenges we run into. Okay, and I want to get good at this. I want to produce quality work. And I'm getting ready to start on a serious woodworking project here soon, a rifle stock, and I'm going to hand inlet it, and it's going to custom stock. And for that to turn out like I want it to, I've got to be able to use my hand tools, because you use a lot of hand tools for that type of work. And if you can't sharpen something, then hand tools are about useless. I mean, there's no getting around that. You've got to be able to sharpen hand tools to be able to use hand tools like they should be. Okay, so there is a benefit to this, and it isn't me just being stubborn and I'm just determined to get this for no reason, and I'm not being stupid. I could have got this done, but then I still wouldn't have figured out how to sharpen my blades, and then I still wouldn't have flattened my bench top, and then I still wouldn't be ready to really start knocking these drawers out and getting my skills back where they need to be on cutting dovetails and so forth. And then I still wouldn't be ready to take on that project with that rifle stock. So I feel a little bit better now. So I'm making progress here, I hope, slowly but surely, figuring things out, getting things squared away, and I'm confident that me being so strong-willed about this, This is what's going to allow me to produce the level of quality I expect from my woodworking projects. Okay, and one thing I do know, and I am convinced of, unless we're strong-willed about such things, we never do reach that level of quality, of mastery of a skill. We're all going to run into issues and problems, and we're going to have to bear down and figure it out. We just got to make sure that we don't get distracted and waste our time on being stubborn on stuff that isn't going to benefit us, and being stupid, determined to do things that are going to hurt us. And this seemed especially appropriate to talk about right now with all that's going on in the country politically. Because right now, we've got a lot of stubborn people out there, and we've got way too many stupid people. And when I say stupid, they're just determined to do something that it's not going to help them in the least, and it's actually going to end up hurting them, and they don't even realize it. All right, well, near as I can figure, it's going to end up hurting all of us, and we need a lot more strong-willed people than we have that know that that's going to hurt us to stand up to it and say no. Anyway, I got to get back to work here. I got a planing iron I got to get back to working on. God bless and have a great day.